Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Paco here, and we're back with a Jor Raptor video about gaming news and leaks. On your way in, make sure you guys like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to help support the channel, and let's get into the video.
Big weeks are upon us in gaming, with new reveals happening for titles that will likely still launch this year, yes, including the Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake. I'm back.
I can't wait.
Which is nice. And we have a ton of gaming news to go over. So good at joining the Sunday news roundup. And let's go. Yes, we got very credible leakers saying that a state of play is happening this coming week on April 16th.
Oh, damn.
This according to Nate the Hate, who has an amazing track record. In a separate tweet, he notes that it does sound more third-party focused, but he's not 100% certain, so take this with a grain of salt. But there are more things that are lining up. So there's one person who leaked this April 16th date and the third-party focus of the next state of play before Nate the Hate. And that person now claims that a new Metro game will be announced next week. Something that Nate the Hate also corroborates. The last Metro game was in 2019, so it would be time. But of course also here this has not been confirmed, so let's wait and see. But there's more. On Reset Era, even before these state of play rumors, we had a user Blackbait saying that announcements for the Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake he's talking about here will go live on the 16th, with an event taking place later this month. And also that a release is not far away. Well, Tom Henderson chimes in on Insider Gaming saying that he also heard April 16th for quite some time now. Also noting that according to internal documentation obtained by Insider Gaming, if it does not go public, the game is scheduled to release in a fiscal year 2027 Q2, which is anywhere from June to August of this year. Some sources have suggested that the game will release in July, and this lines up with that bookstore leak that I talked about earlier. Here they had the game for July 28th, although it's still Ubisoft, so this date could of course also be moved, but it seems like we will find out very soon. I'll of course bring you all the news on the Black Flag remake when it happens.
If they release Black Flag this year, it's going to be a huge W for Ubisoft. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag was one of the best games in the franchise. It was absolutely amazing. As long as you leave all the core fundamentals of the game alone, kind of upgrade the controls a little bit, the responsiveness of the game, and the graphics, it's going to be a huge hit. It's going to be a huge W. Me personally, I've been a fan kind of the newer ones. Like, I loved Odyssey. Wasn't a fan of Origins very much. I'm still currently my playthrough of Valhalla. I have not tried Shadows yet. I wanted to give that a little bit of a time, give Ubisoft some time to fix that up. I'm not a Ubisoft fanboy, but I am a fan kind of the newer Assassin's Creed games. I think they are enjoyable, but it would be good to have an older game to go back to. One game I personally would love to see them remaster would be Assassin's Creed 3, the one with the American Civil War. I absolutely love that game. It was a great game.
So stay tuned. And the rumored release date, by the way, for the Halo 1 remake is now also July 28th, with early access on July 23rd. It's pretty interesting because July
I used
is
to be
normally
a
very
fan of
quiet
Halo.
month,
Not really anymore.
Happening. But because this year, August, September and October will be crazy because GTA 6 is occupied November, July is suddenly a possibility too. But yeah, going back to the state of play for a bit, third-party focus, like, I still think that Sony wants to promote Saros during this event, if it's happening. That game is, of course, launching on April 30th. But if you think about it, there are many other 2026 games that still need an exact date. And if you are launching in that summer period, it's good to plant your flag now, so you let other people know, hey, yo, this is my week. We've already seen that with Phantom Blade Zero, that will be launching on September 9th. And Wolverine will be the week after that. So those are already like...
Wolverine's in
weeks.
September.
The games that still need a release date are Resonant: A Plague Tale, Onimusha: Wave the Sword, Control Resonant, Blood of Dawnwalker, Star Wars Razor, Kena 2, Lords of the Fallen 2, and Tomb Raider: Legacy of Atlantis, although that might have been delayed to early next year, according to a new rumor. Tom Anderson also said in the most recent Insider Gaming podcast that he heard a while back that Cory Barlog's game, so that would be the new God of War title with Faye as the main character, would also be announced in April. So yeah, then it will not be a third-party focused state of play, then they would just call it the state of play. Although Sony usually has a end of May, June, like summer state of play, and that is likely where they have these first-party announcements. So maybe that is where they put the Faye game, although they also have a big like Wolverine gameplay demo, and I don't think you want that to compete with the Faye game. So a lot is happening. I will of course be live reacting if a state of play is indeed happening on April 16th to bring you all the
I gotta give God of War a try.
news. It's gonna be a good time. It feels like summer is already here, like the Summer Game Fest period is starting a bit earlier, but that makes sense with a lot of titles wanting to launch before the November window. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So of course, let's go over way more gaming news. Leave a like, that would really help me out, and subscribe, because we post one of these big gaming news roundup videos every Sunday. Time for quick shots, news stories I'll go over quickly. PlayStation is seemingly preparing a new home screen UI for the PlayStation 5 that is a bit closer to the PlayStation 4. So instead of only having games and media in the top left corner, meaning that if you, like me, are only using your PlayStation 4 games, you would never really switch, they now moved PlayStation Plus, the store, your library, and other things to a tab in the top left corner, which honestly looks way better. It also means that you can access things way faster instead of having to scroll through all the different tiles. So this has been rolling out for some users already and will likely be available for everyone very soon. Let me know if you like this change in the comments down below. Now, I really hope that more single-player open-world teams study the Crimson Desert post-launch support. Not only have they been dropping banger patches every week since launch, almost immediately responding and applying feedback from the community, the Pearl Abyss team has now also shared a blog post with features they are working on that they will be rolling out from now until June, with highlights including a feature that lets us refight bosses. Right now, the world can become empty after completing all the outposts in the game, but in the future, enemies will be able to retake their camps. They are adding an easy, normal, and hard difficulty, while right now there's no difficulty setting whatsoever. Like, they clearly want as many people as possible to enjoy the game. They will be adding new outfits, also based on gear from enemies that we can right now only sell, but not wear ourselves. Inventory management can be a pain in this game, but they will be making changes to that, meaning that you can, when crafting things, immediately grab things from a dedicated storage instead of having to carry around all these resources. They're working on more mounts, better controls. I will leave a link to the blog post if you want to read it in the description. But again,
Crimson Desert is still a game I'm kind of on the fence about. Let me know, guys, in the comments if you think it's a game I should try out or not. Let me know how it is. I've been on the fence about it. Like, it looks really cool, but some of the other things I've been hearing about is that it's kind of a hot mess. I might just wait till these patches come out and then pick it up and try it.
It's a huge W. As said in my review, this game will be very different 2 months after launch, and I think we're seeing that happen already. So totally, if you're not in a rush, I think it's smart to wait a bit. Crimson Desert will be a much more pleasant experience that I think is worth having for sure. And again, they really raised the bar of what a post-launch for a single-player open-world game looks like. So I hope that Ubisoft and Sony's like first-party teams are taking note. Remember Star Wars Eclipse, the Quantic Dream Star Wars game that was one of the big reveals at the Game Awards in 2021. Well, now, more than 5 years later, the game is still years off from completion. Insider Gaming does report that some parts are already completed, but they are struggling with other parts. And if you don't remember, this should basically be a Heavy Rain or like Detroit Become Human, but in the Star Wars universe. And well, there is a chance that the game gets cancelled, as a lot is banking on Spellcaster's Chronicles, an early access title that they put out on Steam that at the time of writing has less than 100 people playing it. Should Spellcaster's Chronicles fail commercially, NetEase is expected to re-evaluate its commitment to the studio and could opt to discontinue further investment.
I think NetEase would probably opt to discontinue investment. However, I think it would give the studio one more chance with Star Wars Eclipse. I think that would either be the make or break for the studio and their investment.
NetEase bought Quantic Dream for around 100 million euros back in February 2023, but they still have not launched a game since the brilliant Detroit Become Human in 2018. A game that they, at the end of last year, sold, by the way, for $4, which caused it to spike significantly. Maybe another attempt to get some money for the Star Wars Eclipse investment. But yeah, it's not looking good. This could be the tragic end of a once brilliant studio. Man, I remember when Heavy Rain came out. What a special game is that. I really hope Star Wars Eclipse can reach the finish line with or without NetEase. I'm curious to hear your take in the comments down below. Already covered many rumors, of course, but let's still do the rumor roundup, where I look at the biggest leaks and rumors of the week and give stars, 3 being I believe it, and 1 means let's take it with a grain of salt. We got Jess Gordon from Windows Central saying that Xbox will likely have something this coming week as well. A little show of some sort, so we might get a State of Play and an Xbox something this coming week. I give 3 stars for this, I believe Jess Gordon. Now let's look at the other things that are happening this coming week. Let's look at the new releases first. We got Replaced, a game that I think always looked awesome.
Not
it was
interested.
recently delayed, but is now finally launching, and I hope the reviews are good. Mouse PI, the awesome looking shooter, is dropping on April 16th.
Not interested.
Pragmata is finally coming out. I know this is a game that quite some people are looking forward to. Coming April 17th, and there's a demo for it out as well. And yes, high chance we get a State of Play on April 16th, or not, but then we will likely still see the reveal of Assassin's Creed, the Black Flag remake. I'll be live reacting, bring you all the info, and before that I'll be live with my weekly news stream that you can check out by clicking on the screen, where I will do predictions for the State of Play if it has been announced, etc, etc. And I will bring you all the news as well.
Some of the things that are happening I am interested in, some of them I'm also not. It all kind of depends on what happens. But if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to help support the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.